self-serving. Darin, many people since I've been here in Nashville keep mistaking me for you and asking for selfies. So I just want, it's close, but there is some distinct differences between the two of us. Now, Darin, I want to ask you, first of all, I want to say that I don't know that I have ever had experienced an intense feeling of vitality. At least as vital as you. But you truly love the Ultimate Reset.
I think, personally, it should be clapped, by the way. That thing, yes, there's a big commitment, but I think, hands down, that is the greatest, most internally and externally transformational product that we have at Beachbody.
All right, so tell me why. Why do you say that?
Well, I mean, when we were developing it, it's all about, let's not think we have the answer, let's go back to the basics. So we are not starving you, we're giving you some of the greatest food ever, and letting the body do its thing with all of the amazing, powerful supplements, and, of course, the support. Those things combined can gift you exponentially, and I think that is the unsung hero here.
Yeah. So, Darin, I want to qualify a thing first by saying that you are not normal, okay? I just want to say that. I mean, like, this guy, what he accomplishes by 7 o'clock in the morning takes me 7 months. But I can say, as a normal guy, or almost normal guy, that when I've done the Ultimate Reset, I really have never felt better. Like something happens, sometimes the first 3 days are a little tough, but then you truly just start to feel lighter, better, yes, a little more vitality. What causes that?
Well, I mean, again, we're going back to some of the most basic in taking care of yourself, where there's two things that happen. You're getting rid of the junk, right? You're getting rid of the things that kind of bog us down, and you're also now increasing all of the great things, all of the healthy foods again, and you're allowing yourself and your body to shift through that process. So health comes down to those two things. Eliminate the heavy toxins that we can easily get, and increase the goodness. And when that happens, then your body, it becomes the miracle that is all of us, and allows us to kind of get out of the way and lets the body thrive.
You know what I love about it also is that it is not just like, here, take these supplements and, you know, drink lemon water and cayenne for a week. I mean, there's a set of supplements, and I know you put a lot of thought and care into, and then that's combined with a diet, right? And what's great about the diet, first we'll talk about the diet, and then we'll talk about the supplements. What I think is great about the diet is that by the end of it, what you think is going to be this extreme change, by the end of it, you're thinking, I could keep eating like this.
Exactly.
And I think it's that behavioral shift that's so important to the Ultimate Reset.
Absolutely. I mean, you have habits, right? And habits produce the dopamine and the serotonin, even those things that it doesn't really matter if it's good or bad. You can get into bad habits. And then you're also taking that time. In only 21 days, you're changing your ecosystem. You're changing all of these microbes that are also feeding your brain. So all of these major shifts are happening. So we don't want to underestimate that. But when you often go back to some of those things that we were doing, it doesn't taste the same. And we're allowing that time to happen. And that's the thing I want to stress to people. If you allow yourself to get through that little bit of time where it's a little uncomfortable, then you get to this cascade effect where you receive all the benefits, and dare I say more, than all of these dependent things that you've been doing. Because people ask me all the time, like, oh man, I want to live, so I want to eat all this other stuff. And I'm like, then you haven't seen or experienced or felt what I have. Because once you get to that other side, we're celebrating food on the Ultimate Reset. We are eating it clean, we are eating it whole and fresh, and celebrating food. And allowing that food to literally be our medicine, and allowing that thriving to happen. So when people say that, listen, I have eaten around the world. I have tasted and sampled supplements and ingredients around the world. And I have experienced some of the greatest food ever. So I am not deprived, and you are not deprived on the Ultimate Reset. In fact, it's the absolute opposite.
Awesome. I'm guessing that what you're thinking of as the most incredible food and what I'm thinking of may not be the same, but let's quickly touch on the supplements.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how those work with the system?
Yeah. So I mean, we have systemic enzyme. I always forget the name, but the optimized and the probiotics. And probiotics, if you all have seen the news lately, they're understanding your microbiome. So the food itself now is changing the microbial activity in your body. Why does that matter? Because those are actually producing enzymes and vitamins for us to gift us. And if they're not there, we're also going to feel like crap. So if your gut's off, you're off. When they now understand that over 90% of your feel-good molecules of your brain are being produced by your gut, you understand that we were way ahead of the game in providing that food and the supplementation to support the good digestive flora. And then of course we have some anti-inflammatory stuff and the Soothe and the curcumins and the aloe and all those things. We have a nice little green boost that maybe people don't like all that much straight away. But green is the first kind of chlorophyll-rich nutrients on the planet, right? Green was the first plant. So to get more of that only lets the body get more healthy and more balanced and alkalized and all of those other things. So
awesome. So I'll just tell you that if you've ever thought like, yeah, I'll get to the Ultimate Reset, if you haven't tried it, I really encourage, as someone who would not be the perfect candidate for it, I will tell you that I've done it multiple times. I feel awesome when I do it. It's something that you should really check out, and it's something that I think is something that you should really recommend to your customers, because not only do you get incredible results, you do just change habits, which is really awesome. I want to shift gears for a second while I have you out here. First of all, I've known Darin. I met him when I came to Beachbody, so we've known each other about 10 years. When I first met him, we've all heard of Taco Tuesday. At Beachbody, we had Tuesday tastings, which was in the early development of Shakeology days. Darin and Isabel would come into the office and they'd line up little samples of Shakeology, and Darin would come in and be all excited. He'd say like, "Smell the bouquet," and it was like, I could barely get the thing up to my lips. It was so horrible. I was just like, oh my God, and he was all excited, and I don't know, Darin, if he, like, somehow we got that horrible, healthy thing to really taste fantastic.
Yeah.
Like how does that happen?
Well, I tell you, we have to adapt to taste buds like yourself.
Thank you.
Right? So
that's what I'm here for.
So, people like Isabel and I, we will understand what those plans are and choke back anything because we know we're going to receive the benefit. So obviously, the majority of the challenging part of the formulation was creating a palatability of allowing, because at the end of the day, if you all won't consume it, your children won't want to try, all of those things, if that doesn't happen, you're not going to get the botanicals that are sitting on the other side of it. So we spent over a year making sure that, of course,
a lot of Tuesday tastings, I remember.
Well, it's gnarly, and we've talked a bit of this in the past, that once you understand certain systems in the supplement world and and the flavoring system world, you know, I was battling those companies.
And we were able to do that though without compromising
Absolutely.
any of that really stinky tasting stuff.
Well, at the end of the day, if I've spent all that time traveling around and you find these incredible benefits, and then you're just putting junk on top of it to make it taste good, well, obviously that doesn't fit for my DNA, nor does it fit for the philosophy of Beachbody.
Yeah, and I have to say that this is something that I'm truly proud of. We could have come out with Shakeology probably a year sooner than we did.
Oh, yeah.
And it was...
Could be a lot of this.
Yeah, well, no, but not only that, no. We could have come out with a soy protein isolate shake that tastes like, Ovaltine, but would not have had the incredible benefits. And it's because of the integrity of Darin and Isabel and Carl. They would not compromise. They would not compromise on this product until it did what it was supposed to from an efficacious perspective, and it did what it needed to so that people consume it. And I want to thank you for that. And I want to say, I have to say, I get to spend a decent amount of time with Darin, and not only is he like a decent looking guy, but he's really like one of the most thoroughly researched, like this guy does so much research, is one of the most intelligent guys, and you can have, like, you just start talking to him and what he knows about the body and about nutrition and about plants and what he's searching. The guy's constantly doing research, and like every time I'm with him, I learn something new. And just, I know we're out of time, but real quick, the last time I was with Darin, I was telling him, I'm feeling a little fatigued, and he said, well, are you breathing right? And I said, I think so, I'm still here. And then he said, well, let me show you a little breathing exercise. And so I thought, they come to Summit, they want a little takeaway, so maybe you and I can do the breathing exercise. You lead, I'm going to follow, because to be honest with you, I haven't done it since you showed it to me.
Okay, so everyone, he's a good disciple. Not really. All right, so everybody ready? We're going to learn how to breathe in 5 seconds. So I want you to breathe in on a deeper count of 1.5 and breathe out. So ready? Breathe from the stomach to the chest. Ready? Go. 2 more. Breathe all the way in. And breathe all the way out. And hold all the air out. Hey, that's good.